All right, I got two more. So we skipped, like, we took out numbers 9 through 12. All right, and then just decided we were debating whether adding more questions, but we decided it's long enough. So we're just gonna go on to number 13. I know we're math people. I know we like to count like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But we're just gonna pretend like we counted those out loud and then check. There we go. Here we go. Let's go on to the number 13. I'm doing 13 and 14. Then I am all done. Here we go. This is 4. It's always helpful to label your picture. This whole diagonal is 7, so z to x. So I'm just going to split it in half right away since I know diagonals are bisected in a rhombus. WO is 2. And the measure of angle 1 is 60. All right, so let's go down the line here. XY, which is this side here. Well, guess what? All 4 sides in a rhombus are the same. They are congruent, so that is 4. O to Y, since the diagonals are bisected, if WO is 2, that means OY is also 2. ZY is one of the sides of our rhombus, so that is 4. WOX is one of the angles in the center here, and the diagonals in a rhombus are perpendicular, so that is 90 degrees. ZO is this segment here is half of my longer diagonal. Well, the whole diagonal is 7. Half of that is 3.5. Don't be afraid of decimals. WY is the shorter diagonal. If I know that WO is 2 and OY is 2, so the whole thing has to be 4. Angle 2. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 1, so this has to be 60 degrees. And then if you look right here in this shape, that I just highlighted is a triangle. So if I know that one angle is 90, one angle is 60, the interior angles of a triangle have to add up to 180. So I subtract to get 30 degrees for the measure of angle 3. All right. In rhombus LAKE, LK and AE intersect at F. If LF is 20 and LK is 6x plus 4, then find x and find the length of LA if LA is 8x plus 2. Hint, draw a diagram, or excuse me, draw a picture and make sure you label it correctly. So I'm going to draw my picture of a rhombus. Remember, how you label a quadrilateral matters. All right, I can't just go random. And what do I mean by that? I have to go in clockwise or counterclockwise order. So I'm going to go L, A, K, E, and they intersect at F. That just means that point in the middle is F. Okay, I know LF is 20, so that makes F to K also 20. L to K is at 6x plus 4, was it? Yep. And find the length of LA, which is 8x plus 2. So the 8x plus 2 is there just to use for later, all right? It's not going to help you find x. Okay, to find x, I can do this 2 ways. I can say, all right, well, I know, just like how I labeled it, I know that since LF is 20, FK is also 20, since the diagonals are bisected. So I could say, all right, 6x plus 4 equals 40. Or I could have just said, all right, well, I know that the whole diagonal is 6x plus 4, and I know that half of it is 20, so I could have just divided 6x plus 4 by 2 and set that equal to 20. And then I would have gotten 3x plus 2 equals 20. No matter what, you should get the same answer. Your answer for x should be 6. Oh, it's not plus. Okay, so x is 6. Either way works. All right, so just go with what feels best for you. Go with what you're most comfortable with. And the question asks us to find LA. So I plug in my x value and I get 50. All right, hopefully those help. If you have any other additional questions, please let one of us know. Have a great day.